Hi everyone, how you doing? As you can see, as always, I am a absolute professional when it comes to streaming. Freaking silence wizard! Yes, thank you so much. Hi guys, welcome. My name is Michael. I'm the Dead Aussie Gamer, and welcome to Twitch Plays City of Mist, the series where you guys take on the role of one of the characters in our, well, the character, should I say, in our adventure as we go through an epic and awesome TTRPG tale. You guys make the decisions. You guys roll the dice. I just work here. This is kind of how this all works. I hope that you guys are doing well. I see some new faces in chat, which is freaking amazing. Guys, let me tell you a little bit about what's going on. So first of all, City of Mist is a awesome TTRPG that is written by the Son of Oak Games, which features a more modern take on a fantasy RPG. There are people who walk around the city and in the world, much like they do in modern society. However, very few individuals, specific individuals known as rifters, have been granted mythological powers from creatures, entities, beings, relics from folklore and legend. These mythos have granted great and phenomenal powers to a select few to further their own agendas and retell their stories. One such character is, of course, the one that you guys are playing. This is Charlie. Charlie is a non-binary guitar player for a band known as the Pigeon Wranglers, who currently, well, they were supposed to be doing a Battle of the Bands, but that didn't really work out. Instead, however, Charlie had to rush to the hospital in order to go and see their friend who had been caught in a car bomb. This, of course, has spun our character into the plot of our main story, and that's what we're going to be doing today. We're going to be playing in this adventure. Now, of course, City of Mist is not as familiar or as common as things like Dungeons & Dragons and Pathfinder and stuff, so I'm sure there will be tons and tons of questions regarding rules. But as you guys know, I'm a character DM. I love characters. I love interactions. I love narrative. If you have to roll dice in my table, I feel like, if we can get away with a whole session without rolling dice, I'm super happy. So, the basics of how to play you can see on the screen to the side right there. But in short, you roll 2d6, you add them together, you try and get higher than 6, and that's basically it. Underneath me, you can see Charlie's character sheet. Now, these different character sheets represent the traits of Charlie's personality, which they can use to gain certain boosts and advantages on the checks that they make. The orange ones you can see there are known as logos, and these are used for the most part as like kind of what ties Charlie to reality. The struggle, which you can see on the going from this side, that side, this way. We have the struggle that she had as a young child, being raised in the slums. She's actually been raised by the community rather than parents traditionally. Then next to that, we have training, where she was trained and studied guitar. And so we've got her music skills over here. We have her personality, where she's a troublemaker, literally provoking and aggravating everyone she comes across, or they come across. I gotta keep remembering that they come across, and that's kind of one of the big things about their personality. And lastly, their expression, which is their mythological power. Now, the mythos for Charlie is Nikolai Tesla, who obviously has given them the power of electric manipulation. And you can kind of see all these little powers and tags underneath there that they can use at any particular time. So yeah, this is Charlie. This is what they're all about. And we're going through this adventure. Now, before we begin, guys, there are a number of ways that you can influence the game and, of course, support the channel and allow us to continue doing this show, because this is one of our first, I guess, quote-unquote, sponsor-free shows. So we do have one sponsor, and that is, of course, the wonderful and incredible Hero Forge, which you can see, of course, Charlie over there in all their glory. This is one of the things that we do. We try to use as much Hero Forge artwork as we can because they allow us to do it. And it's, seriously, some of the artwork is just amazing and phenomenal. Let me share with you one from last week. Check this guy out. So this is a gatekeeper, one of the kind of like the men in black of this world who hunt down rifters and make sure that they stay out of trouble. So this is Patrick, and he tracked down Charlie last week and gave the speech, as it were, which is rifters are trouble. They don't know how to use their powers, and we're going to keep an eye on you. And if you mess up, the cops are going to be the least of your worries. So there's that as well. But there we go. That command needs to be updated. Oh, is it still saying Francis? Oh, yeah, I do need to update the command. I do apologize. I will update it because that was for our playtest character. So I will update that to include Charlie's details. But nonetheless, we still have a bunch of stuff there, which you could see there. For $5, we will give a power up to the chat, which of course gives us a boost to a skill that we decide to use. For $10, we will give a loot box to Charlie, where Charlie will then get a item that is going to be useful to the situation. For $20, we're going to use the juice meter, which we have one juice already stocked. Now, this allows us to change the game. This can be something as simple as us finding ourselves locked in handcuffs, but by using a juice, those handcuffs happen to be rusted, and we can break free. So juice is about changing. Think about it like changing the narrative or changing the plot in some sort of particular way. Lastly, for the big old $50, we will spawn a unique danger. So you guys get to decide on what danger Charlie will have to face, and instead of being a player, you guys can jump over to the GM seat and make an encounter if you guys would like. So there you go. That's those are the narrative donations. Cool. I think that's more or less everything we needed. Yeah, I think that's it. Cool, guys. Again, if you get a chance to, please go and check out our sponsor, Hero Forge. It is awesome that, obviously, with everything happening with COVID and stuff like that, people are starting to have more in-game sessions. And what better way to celebrate than to have yourself custom immortalized with these characters using one of the best 3D printing programs out there in the world right now. Hero Forge, go check that out. Master your... What did Dredd say the other day? It was like master your hero or forge... damn it, I can't remember. But he said something really cool, and I need to steal his tagline. Anyway, I digress. Okay, what say we kick us off with them sick beats, yo? All right, hopefully you guys will be hearing that. All right, so when last we left off, Charlie was last seen at the Twisted Nail pub attempting to participate in a battle of the bands in order to try and finally get the recognition that she knew the Pigeon Wranglers were absolutely capable of getting. There were a number of really, really noteworthy bands, including, of course, the Storm Chasers, the rival band to Charlie and their friends. However, while waiting in the van for their teammates, Charlie received a call from Sonia. Sonia being, of course, their bassist, who told them that their drummer Reese had been caught in an accident. Rushing to the hospital, it was learned that a car bomb had taken out Reese, which was shocking to say the least. Angry and outlashing, Charlie quickly decided to turn blame on the rival band, the Storm Chasers, who had always had it in for Charlie and the rest of the Pigeon Wranglers. Heading back to the pub, Charlie confronted Lars, the stage manager, and managed to sneak backstage and confront the Storm Chasers directly. However, it was learned that the Storm Chasers didn't actually attack Reese. In fact, they had seen Reese earlier that day in Chinatown at a place known as the Peking Palace, a place that is known for its connections to various drug cartels and gangsters. On the way out to head into Chinatown, two gatekeepers were inspecting Charlie's van, and Charlie initially thought better of trying to start a fight or run away from government officials. So they sat down for a conversation with Patrick and Simon, these two gray-suited men. At the diner, Charlie was told about rifters and how they are menaces to society, those who create trouble. Now, Charlie snuck out of the hospital, ironically, at the same time as a series of rather nasty events were going down. People were breaking in, fires were starting, and a dead body had been found, none of which had anything to do with Charlie, but until the truth was uncovered, Charlie was warned against leaving town. With the gray suits out of the way and Charlie leaving the diner, it now turns their attention to Chinatown. All right. Liska, thank you so much for the $10 tip, my excellent friend. Do you wish for 2 power tokens, or do you wish for a loot box? Let me know in chat. All right. So, Charlie makes their way over to the van. However, what they see brings shock to their eyes. It looks as though the windshield has been smashed. The doors kicked in. The entire side spray painted with all kinds of graffiti and large words that seem to emblazon upon the back over the license plate. It says, "Storm Chasers Rule." Charlie begins to kick and swear, taking a huge and heavy boot to a nearby bin, sending trash scattering on the ground. What's our reaction, guys? What do we want to do with this? We know that obviously we did break in backstage and we did rough up the Storm Chasers. Likely after we had gone with the gray suits, these guys had come out and trashed Charlie's van. What do we want to do? We could always go back in and rough them up again. We could try and find alternative transport, or we could even try walking to Chinatown. It is a little bit of a distance, but, you know, being out in the streets is, you know, well, it's as dangerous as it's going to be. What do you guys think we should do? Throw it out in chat. Let me know. And if we have too many different ideas, we'll throw a vote in. What do you guys think we should do in response to this? Also, let me know if the music is too loud. I will turn it down if it is. Charlie's van is busted up. Is there anything to salvage in the van? After a cursory amount of cussing, Charlie makes their way to the back of the van. With a few good and heavy tugs, the back door kind of rips off and kind of falls to the ground, having received several large collisions from probably a sledgehammer or a baseball bat or something really, really heavy. Looking in the back, you can see thankfully not anything has been taken. You can find the following items, which let's add this to our... our list of stuff. What do we have? List of stuff. Let's go into bio here. There we go. I'm just gonna add this here just because it's easiest. Description: items. All right. Charlie currently has their guitar, their phone. They'll find in the back seat of the car. They'll find, let's say, a toolbox. For like tire changing tires, etc. You know the one with the jack and the thing like that. They'll find, I imagine like empty boxes and empty wrappers and stuff like that. Now, Liska has donated the $10 for the loot box. So Liska, you can pick one useful item of your choice, anything at all, that Charlie might salvage in the back of the van here, and that will be what they find. Let's see, what else would they find in the back of a wagon? I mean, maybe a speaker. Let's say some money as well. Can I get everyone in chat, or first person in chat, roll me a D10, please. We're gonna go with we're gonna go with $2 multiplied by whatever the first result is. So exclamation mark D10, if you would. That's a 6. All right, so 6 times 2, that is $12 cash. All right, beautiful. All right, so yes, so there's $12 in cash that, you know, that between like the change in the side drawer and stuff like that. Let's see, what else? I'm just thinking about what I keep in my car. It's like, yeah, I don't really keep that much in it. Let's also say a candy bar. I like that. Candy bar. Boom. There it is. All right. So there, we've got a bunch of items that are now saved there. Boom. Go. All right. Taking out what they possibly can from the back of the wagon, Charlie steps out. I want it to be a group decision, what we want and what we can choose, or do you think we do a few items in poll? Yeah, no, that's cool. No, so this is all the stuff that that Charlie finds in there already. Because Liska has offered it to the group, let's make it a group thing. If you guys can think of something that you would like to come from the loot box, now, like I said, this can be anything. This can be it has to be something carryable, obviously. But yes, anything you could think of that isn't already on that list, you can throw it in chat, and if we get enough of them, we'll do a poll for what you guys would like. And thank you again, Liska, for the donation. So yes. So throw out your suggestions for items. In the meantime, Charlie realizes that the night is carrying on, and it is probably better to try and make it to Chinatown tonight. Who knows if Reese is still in danger. Grabbing your gear and putting what you can in your pockets, Charlie makes their way heading down the streets towards Chinatown. Tire iron will be in a toolbox, yes, Centauri. So you will already have one. If you want to create another thing, like let's say a crowbar or a shovel, you know, you can throw that out there as something else to add as well. All right, now heading to the streets. It is quite a dark and dingy road towards Chinatown. The place where the bar is kind of in the very, very rough side of the downtown area. Not many people come through here except for the kind of people who are after kind of the late night entertainment. And you can see a number of like rowdy drunks that kind of line up against the wall. They seem to be very, very inebriated. You can also see that there's a couple of the homeless who have created these like little makeshift shanties with kind of like cardboard boxes stacked on top of each other next to these large bins that are alight with fire, usually made from trash that's being burned, giving off this kind of really awful smell. Just up ahead, you can see the red lights of the red light district. The various lanterns hanging and creating this almost, I guess, very alluring illumination to the streets up ahead. A power bank or battery pack? All right, yep. I think that's a good call. And if that's what everyone's happy with, let's go with a power bank. It's a good call. Cell phone adapter. So basically, you can plug your cell phone into it. Let's find out what percentage our charger is at. Also very clever. I see what you guys did there. Alright, so here we go. Those ones. It is at 68%. Alright, so that is 68% charge. Solar charger? Sure. Let's make it a solar battery pack then. Very well. Let's say that Charlie's actually been camping as well. So I'm going to include as an extra special service one of those wind-up flashlights. Okay, there you go. So I'm also including that. So the wind-up flashlights, for those of you who don't know, it's a flashlight that comes with like this little kinetic handle that allows you to spin it, a lot, and then it'll actually create a small charge that you can use in a flashlight. It's not good for like charging phones or anything like that, but it'll create a small light for short periods of time. So there you go. All right. Let's save that. Done. Okay. Now, yeah, it's got a handle crank. The Flooper Crankle. Krankenflupel, whatever it's called from Rick and Morty. Okay. So, let's just change the mood music here a little bit. Now, apologies. I believe the sound is about to get super loud because I haven't tried this one yet. Behave. Oh, there we go. All right. All right. Hopefully you guys can hear that. Now, you begin to make your way under the red lights of Chinatown. It's almost like the entire atmosphere changes the second you step forward. As you step in, you can see that there are businessmen in suits. There are large windows with bright neon signs. There are literally, it's almost like a nightclub district. You can see the quality of the drunks here are very, very much different. These are businessmen and like business workers, and you can see that the hostess and the host and hostess clubs that line the entrances here are just laden with beautiful men and women who are guiding people towards where to spend their hard-earned cash. As soon as you enter in, you can even see that there are a number of places that could very easily pass for, like, you know, the late night like kind of hangouts and stuff. A big nightclub with what looks to be an upside down. It's kind of like an upside down wok with lots of noodles pouring out of it. Seems to be kind of like a local bar / grill where people are moving in and out, like ordering like their freaking noodles and stuff like that and taking it on the go. This is a happening place. Now, as you begin to look around, you notice that mixed in with these people are a variety of different, very, very large men with tuxedos and large tattoos over their body. Many of them are very oriental styled, so you've got like the Chinese dragons. Some of them have like big red demon like looking ones, like kind of like jaws with huge fangs coming up below. It's a very common sight as you make your way through. You've heard the rumors before about the entertainment district in Chinatown and how it seems to be under the control of a group of very well organized criminals. But yeah, you don't really, Charlie doesn't really come through here too often. Now, you're looking for a specific place known as the Peking Palace. It's supposed to be a hot pot kind of restaurant in this area. So let's see if we can find it. So we're going to make an investigation check to see if we can find out that useful information about where to go. I will say that because Charlie has community family, that means to say they know very much how to interact with the community around them. I will give a +1 to that. I will also give a -1 because they have trouble trusting people, which is the weakness you can see we've got there. So community family. Can I tag that one? Hold on, let me. No, I just can click on that. No, I don't want to burn it. Can I use it? No. Oh, right. Okay, here we go. I can do this. So, investigate. Okay. Alright. And we did add a bunch of these tags. So, we're going to add 0 for that. Let's go with... Up. Ooh, hostile to rich people. So that's another weakness. So we're going in with a -1. However, we are going to get a really good success if we manage to succeed this. Very contradictory. Well, think of it this way. Community family, but can't trust people. So it's more like you learned how to live on the streets, but you don't trust what people say, or, you know, things like that. It's more you get along with people who are, you know, it's like people are willing to support you, but at the same time, you know better than to potentially trust them. All right. Okay, hostile only to rich people. Yes, only to rich people. All right. So, can I get the audience to roll me 2d6 exclamation 2d6? Let's see what happens. All right. Cool. Here we go. We got a few results coming in. Let's see. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Anyone else? Throw them out there now, or forever live with whatever results we make. All right, a few more seconds for anyone who wants to add their rolls in. right. Bum, 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 bum. All right, here we go. Votes are in. Let's see what we get. That is a 5. What do we get? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. McBluff with a score of 10. In addition, with the -1 from your from the weaknesses, we have indeed a winner here. So it isn't a critical hit, but it is still a success. So let's just see what happens as we succeed. Come on, Charlie. Oh, that's not working. Yeah, it's fine. Okay. So, with this in particular, that means we get a useful piece of information. Thanks to this, Charlie walks up to a few individuals, but most of them don't speak the language. They are, kind of half drunk and kind of speaking a mix of Chinese, and some people are speaking Japanese, some people are speaking Korean, and as you're moving around, eventually someone is able to point you to the Peking Palace. As you make your way down there, you do notice, and this is a free bit of information as well, is that some of the large guys are taking note of you. Now, the question is do we want to do anything about these guys, or do we want to just kind of ignore them and keep going? What do you reckon? Ignore them? Keep going? Ignore them for now. Okay, I've got one ignore for now. Man, I love this song. Ignore for now. Ignore for now. Okay, keep pushing forward. All right, let's do it. All right. Eventually, as you keep pushing forward, you make your way closer towards the food districts, and eventually come to what looks to be an area where there is just tons and tons of restaurants. Hot steam from various restaurants bombard your senses with just this wonderful aroma of food, and it's an absolutely incredible smelling area. You eventually find a place called the Peking Palace. All right, now this place looks a little different than the others. Unlike the high-class, kind of really upper market, very ritzy places, this place doesn't. It looks almost like a hole in the wall that has just places for people to sit. You can see it's full, however, almost to the brim, with plastic chairs, kind of like mix and match tables, almost as if someone who owns this restaurant got the tables for this restaurant from just street collections. You could see that there is a large metal kind of cart that is used in place of a stove in a kitchen, and you could see that there's about 2 or 3 kind of rather heavy-set fat dudes, kind of making the food behind this grill. Hygiene is not high here, as you could see. Many of the people here don't seem bothered. Some very elderly men and women are enjoying the food and sort of sitting down, having long talks. It's the end of the night, people are kind of really winding down more than everything else. And as Charlie comes up and takes a seat, she doesn't know how to order. There's no waiter per se. There's no one that seems to approach when you sit down. But there is a kind of a menu that's been almost like glued to the table that you're on. Taking a quick look, a lot of the stuff does look kind of tasty and not very pricey. As you are looking up and down the menu, all of a sudden, someone puts a bottle of it is a Korean drink, a very popular one. It is called. It is called soju. Soju? I hope I'm saying that right. Soju. Yes, it is soju. Yeah. As Charlie looks up to see who has done this, they are greeted with a sight of what looks to be a rather dorky-looking man. He seems to be about middle-aged and likewise wears kind of like a very bedraggled suit, much like many of the people here. He says, "Ah, very pretty lady. Is anyone joining you?" Charlie looks up and says, "Not a lady, fuckface." He seems very taken back and says, "Oh, apologies. You drink? Drink, yeah? My friends, they all go home. Still young." He sort of smiles. Definitely not a young individual. Charlie smiles and thinks about what to do. Now, should Charlie have a couple of drinks with this guy or tell him to hit the bricks? What do you reckon? Now, as far as vibe goes, this guy, he doesn't look like he's hitting on Charlie. It looks like if you kind of got a vibe on this dude, it's more like this dude came out with some friends. They've all gone home. He still kind of wants to drink. More, maybe because he doesn't want to go home. Who knows? But will we drink with this person? I'm seeing a lot of yeses. I'm seeing that Nemo, you like this guy? This guy's kind of, like I said, he looks harmless. He looks like, he looks like an Asian uncle, kind of thing. Party can go on. Can we somehow check to see if he messed with the drinks? So the drink is in a bottle, and it's got like one of those clicky top. I say clicky tops. How do you describe? You know when you've got like a regular, like drink with a twist top, how it's got that kind of seal on it. So when you open it, it's got this. When you like pull it up. Yeah, I don't know how you would even just begin to describe that process, but it is untampered seals. Thank you, Weasel Queen. No, it has not been tampered with. At least. Not from what he's done. Drink and see if he knows what he knows. All right, cool. So we're going to invite this guy. Yeah, okay. Yeah, all right. You look like you can be a bit of fun. Have a seat. He bows a couple of times before having a seat. And as he sits down, he puts what looks to be like kind of like his bag or whatever down by his side. And cracks open the top of the bottle. You can hear the sounds of the seal being opened. He starts by pouring a small shot glass for Charlie and then a shot glass for himself. As he does so, Charlie picks up the drink and goes to throw it back. He says, "No." He starts to say something in Korean, but it's again, Charlie doesn't speak Korean. He then tries to explain something. He holds it with both hands, and Charlie looks and. Okay. She grabs it with both hands. He then gestures for clinking. Charlie, goes to clink, and he says no. Again, he says something in Korean again, and he shows her that shows them. Gotta keep getting that right. Shows them that their glass actually has to be lower when they clink, because that is how you actually toast. If someone is older than you, you actually have to clink underneath the rim of their glass. Once you do that, they then take a sip. Charlie kind of watches first, then takes the sip, doesn't finish the whole thing, and then starts to ask questions. All right, now guys, throw into chat the questions that you guys want to ask this guy. There are a number of different things. Remembering we're trying to find information about Reese, about him being here and stuff. You can kind of tell this guy is maybe one of the regulars and the like. But yeah, throw out any questions you want to ask, and we'll ask them bit by bit. Also, just as a bit of a fun trivia fact, the process that I just described to you is actually the polite ritual for drinking with a colleague or a friend in Korea. If you are invited to drink with someone, I think, and this could be wrong, but that's the only bit I'm not entirely sure of, is the person who is oldest will pour out the drinks. You need to wait for, to sort of cheers them. And if you're younger, make sure that the rim of your glass is lower, and then don't drink the whole thing in one go. Drink it only in part to savor the experience. But there you go. So if you find yourself in Korea drinking with people and wondering why the hell they think you're super rude for taking one shot and going bang, okay, give me another one. Yeah, that's why. That's why. The whole thing. All right. Hey, listen, mate. I'm looking for someone around here. Yeah? Regular fella comes in. Green hair and, kind of plays the drums. As you start to describe Reese, he says, maybe. You show a picture of Reese, which I now have. Ha 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 ha. Give me 2 seconds to pull him up here real quick. You show this guy a picture of your drummer, which you pull out of your wallet, which you were able to salvage from the van, which I didn't write down, but that's where I imagine you kept your money, so I imagine you've got a picture of all your friends in there as well. Or even on your phone. Actually, probably on your phone. Actually, you know what? Almost certainly on your phone. That is definitely the case. Alright, here we go. Oh, I know where I put it. Hold on. Ah, ha, ha. That's where I did it. There. No, maybe I didn't. Okay. I will get it for you in a moment, but yes, let's keep asking questions here. As you describe Reese, he says, "Oh, yes, no, I see him. He come here maybe yesterday, day before. Good young man. He's friends with owner here. Every Friday he come, he order same thing. Then go home. You think about the day. It's Friday today. You ask, yeah, listen, have you seen him today? If it's Friday today, has he come through?" And he goes, I see him in this morning. He come here, he order some pokemon, and then he went, I don't know where he went. You take a moment and you remember this morning he actually called you up. We flash back to Reese saying, Hey Charlie, listen, I got some breakfast. You want anything? You at the time were passed out on a couch as you turned around and just hung up on Reese. It then dawns on you that might have been the last thing you actually said to Reese. He, the man across from you sees that you're kind of lost in your thoughts, and he's already expectantly holding up a glass. He's got a huge smile on his face, thick-rimmed glasses. He's kind of very politely waiting for you to pick up your glass, which he's already poured out again. You pick it up, and as you go to, clink it with one hand, you stop and you use both hands, and you have another drink. All right, here we go. All right. And now we have Charlie. There we go. And all right, here we go. Look at that. How good's that? Boom. Reese is still in hospital, but Reese is unconscious. He is very gravely hurt, and his situation is still critical. All right. So, this is Reese. This is what's been described. Let's see. What other questions were we asked? Is there any specific design in some way, like how people in the district have demons? Oh, right. Yeah, okay. Let's do an investigate check. So, we are investigating to see if this guy, the guy who's drinking with us, has any similar markings or tattoos. So, 2d6 in chat as we investigate and see if he's got anything about him. I don't think it's necessarily the highest. Yes, sorry, Weasel Queen, you are right. I think it is the person in the highest authority. I think most of the time, if they're older than you, they are in that higher authority. But I've also known that is typical of Japanese culture as well. But I'm not sure in Korean culture. I mean, it might be. Who knows? All right. It's more like the last thing you didn't say. Yeah, that's true. The last thing you didn't say, or the last thing you. I guess the last thing you kind of did was to kind of fob him off, I guess. Which is a bit of a shame, you know? Like, again, Reese has been one of your oldest friends. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4. Anyone else want to throw their punches in? Alright, we're gonna make our roll. Last calls, ladies and gentlemen. Exclamation 2d6. Chuck them in. The more the merrier. Alright, beautiful, beautiful. Look at this. Look at all these people. Amazing. Okay, very cool, very cool. All right, let's roll this up, shall we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, here we go. 4. 4 is the lucky number here today. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. McBluff, unfortunately, with a 3. We unfortunately don't notice anything about this particular individual. All right. Preparing for failure, yep. The drum set that I made for Reese. I didn't make this one. I will give credit to Hero Forge. There is a community member who has actually made that really, really sick-ass drum set. So yeah, if you go to the community page and look up drum sets, you will find this very awesome-looking piece there, which is actually kind of amazing. He looks like a Mad Max character. He does look like a Mad Max character. He very much does so. As far as you can tell, however, this guy seems to just be a guy. You know, like there's nothing overly special about him. He doesn't seem to have any gang tattoos or anything like that. He says, "So how come you come to most entertaining part of Chinatown, yet you still have face like sour donkey?" Excuse me? I mean to... Sorry, my English not so good. I mean you look very angry, very sad, very... you know, and he says more stuff in Korean. He says, well, look, my friend's in trouble, and I'm trying to find any information I can about him. Well, that very good. You good friend. Not many friends come this far to try and help. Especially if friend is, he basically uses a word that just means young punk, you know, delinquent, or any of these other kind of words. He says, "Look, I have friend. Maybe he can help. And if anything happened here, then they know about it. Owner of the store here. Good friend. He will let me tell you." You keep mentioning the owner, mate, but you haven't actually once told me anything about him. Is it one of the cooks there? No. I am owner. Sorry? Yes, no. Allow me to introduce myself. My name, and I wrote this down. My name is Yurin. And I know all about your band. You see, long time ago, Reese's mother used to come through here quite a lot. In fact, she and I both went to same school together. When she got married, she started coming here a lot less. But still would bring every now and then. Young Reese would come to my shop and we would make food for her. You see, when we were young, Reese's mother and I, we ran in the same crowd. Not very nice crowd. But you get old, you no longer young, you no longer want fight. So you pick up car keys, wallet, and you go work. You understand what I'm saying? Charlie looks a little bit shocked at the sudden turn that the conversation has gone. She says, "What, you saying that you were a gangster?" Ha! No lah. No gangster. Gangster so eat food, do nothing. We were Yakuza. Well, Yakuza in here is a little different. We are more like people coming together to make sure that we all are looked after. Not many people like to come through here, not even police. So, someone needs to look after community, look after store, look after young people. And that's what we used to do. Well, Reese's mother and us, and, well, me. But when she got married, she fell in love. She no longer wanted to get into violence because, well, violent beget more violent, right? So she left. And eventually in time, I also left. But we still friend, so she would come often. Hold on, wait. So what you're bloody trying to tell me is that Reese is involved with the bloody Yakuza? And that what? Because his old mum was a freaking gangbanger that she was trying to get killed? Newsflash, his mum's already kicked it. Hey, you watch your tone. Yes, very sad. I was very upset when I found out that Reese's mother passed away. That's why when Reese come here, he always come here looking for money or looking for something. And I always try my best to look after, to always, make sure that he is well. But I tell him, you notice that he seems to stop. Look, if Reese is in trouble, then you are a good friend. You look, you try and find, you try and help. But he not here. And I don't know if I can help any more than this. He slides another drink across. Sometime it's better to drink and forget. Sometime it's better to let things go. Now, here's the question for the group. Does Charlie take the drink and just let things go? Bad stuff happens? Don't get involved with the gang? Or do we push on? It's not too late to turn around. It's not too late to go back home. I mean, we thought we were dealing with roughing up what was effectively just a group of like freaking druggy not gang members, a druggy band, but now like involved with the freaking Asian mafia. I mean, do we want to do stuff like that? This dude knows something he's not telling us. It's not us to let things go. No, don't drink. Okay, all right. Unless there's someone who's keen to push the agenda of like turning around and going home, we'll turn him down, shall we? All right. Nah, sod that. Look, you keep saying I'm a good friend, all right? And it's only so far that words will take you, all right? If I drank that and I let things go, then what kind of friend would I be? Listen, someone's done him in. Someone is out for him. And I ain't gonna rest until they realize that that kind of stuff don't fly here. It don't fly with me, and it don't fly with anyone who I call a friend. And if it's okay with you, then maybe you weren't that good friends with his old lady then. As soon as that happens, you see that a few of the diners have stopped eating and are paying attention to this particular table. Look, I ain't here for trouble, but I will definitely make trouble, especially if you're hiding something from me. So you've got two choices here, me old mate. You can either tell me what I need to know so I can go and put my boot to the person who decided to hurt my friend, or I'm going to go straight through you in order to do the exact same thing. And I don't care how far I need to shove my old lefty up someone's bollock in order to get the answers I'm looking for. Rest assured, you're the person sitting in front of me right now, and you're in my way. Alright. Now, we are going to do another... we're going to do a change the game check. Now, change the game, we are going to basically try and convince this... Oh, actually, no, convince. Yeah. We are going to try and convince this guy to help us. Now, even if he doesn't help us, it means that we can still move on. He doesn't look like he's hostile. It doesn't look like he's out to get us. But let's see if we can convince him to hide what he is hide what he's been saying. So 2d6, ladies and gentlemen, as we go into our convince check. All right, we got some numbers coming in. Let's let them fly. All right, we got a few in there. Do we mention the mods for this roll, or is it a straight roll this time? We haven't mentioned the mods yet. Let's find out what we're going to get. All right. Here we go. All right, we are going to modify this with be tough to be kind. That's definitely one. Born criminal, probably not. Stubborn. Oh yeah, definitely going to add stubborn. Let's see. Community family, I think will definitely apply this time. Yeah, I think that's it. So we get a +3 on this one, which is going to be really good. Okay, here we go. Let's see, what do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, let's roll that d6 and see what we get. All right, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Creative Garden with a 5. And that is 5, 6, 7, 8. So that is a success. So what happens when we succeed? Let's see how we go here. Boom. Let's try that again, shall we? All right, we managed to convince. Choose relevant status tier, and you can choose to give either the status or a little bit and project our own agenda. All right, so basically we are going to make this guy more helpful to us, and we're going to protect, well, I mean, we don't need to protect our own agenda, so we're going to make him very helpful towards us. Now, as we do so, you see the man kind of, his expression seems to soften a bit, and he says, okay, look, you're right. Perhaps maybe I could offer some small bit of information. Around this part, there is a a person here who was never really fans with your mother. They used to fight. Oh, not your mother, Reese's mother. They used to fight all the time. This woman, she like you, very rough around the edges. Even as an older woman, she still thinks she's young, violent, and she runs most of the weapons through this neighborhood. You want to find out who might be going after your friend? She will know, because no one dare go after their family without her know so. All right, well, what's her name? Listen, I tell you the name, but you must promise me you don't start fight. You start fight here, you never come back to Chinatown. You understand? Charlie nods. Says, okay. Her name is Tai Li. Let me write this down as well, because I will forget that name. Look, I know what I am as a GM. I always forget things. There we go. Boom. Tai Li. Well, you said you wouldn't, but who knows? There we go. All right. Charlie thanks the man and says, well, look, where can I find her? This time of night, probably some alley here. Try down this area here. There's an old bar there. Used to be called the Stork and the Vase. This is where she liked to hang out mostly. But be careful. This place is still dangerous for people who are... He very much avoids trying to say the word white. But the implication is there. You stand up and reach for your wallet, and as you do, he places his hand on your hand. He says, no, go la. You are good. You're fine. Again, another custom is the person in the most authority is usually also the one who pays as well in polite society for Korea. All right. Now I get to bust out the next cool track. Let's... All right. Now, at this point, you leave, making your way past and beyond the diner, into more of the slovenly kind of rough areas of Chinatown. As you begin to make your way, those large men that have been following you suddenly pull up. Hey! Stop right there! What do you want to do? Do we want to stop? Do we want to run? Do we want to fight? How do we want to approach this? I'm going to make this a poll in the chat. New poll. Large thugs. Stand and confront. Run. Hide. Attack. All right, 3 minutes on the clock. There it is. Cast your votes, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Usually we would fight, but we're on a mission. I say run. Definition of a fight is relative in our mind. Yeah, that's true. Confront doesn't necessarily mean fight either. Confront might mean, like to actually chat with them or something. Okay, we got just enough for running. I don't know why I did much less what Charlie would do. This is true. Cool chase scene? That would be a cool chase scene. There's me, RL, just probably cry. Oh, that's so sad. Honestly, it would come down to how many there were and how big they were as to what I would do. If there's only 2 or 3 of them, look, I'm not gonna lie. The old Michael would probably have smacked him one, because you tend to find that people like that tend to be cowards. And if they're cowards, knocking out someone definitely is a good way to make sure that the others don't do anything or they can't react as you run. I mean, not that I condone violence nowadays, but just saying this. The old Dag, back when Dag was running with a different crowd, he was... Alright, confront and run. Excellent. Perfect. This is exactly what I was hoping for. Alright, let's have a look. First of all, let's very quickly add this guy. Look at that. Freaking Yakuza dude. Alright. So, stories about gangster tag. I wasn't a gangster. I was a thug. I was just a miserable and angry young man, which I'm glad I am not anymore. Where did my coin go? There it is. Here we go. Boom. There we go. Yell something and run. Yes, precisely. All right. So I'm gonna go with blue. We're gonna try and yell something to distract them and run. Red, we are going to try to basically try to learn a little bit about what they want before we try and run. So that's the 2 things we're going to go with. So running away is going to be the end result. Blue is going to give us a better chance at running. Red is definitely not. Okay, so here we go. That's blue. Okay, so as the guy steps forward from behind you, you say, "What? Can't someone take a drink late at night in a dark alley?" "You don't belong here." "Oh, what? You don't fancy our kind being here, eh? What's that, punk rockers? People with glowing smiles? Or maybe it's more fashion sense, eh? We all don't look like you dressed up glorified Ken dolls." "No, troublemakers. We can smell your kind a mile away. You have no business being here." "Oh, yeah? Well, if I have no business being here, what do you call that then?" They turn around immediately. Boom! You turn and you bolt. They start yelling at each other to go and get you. And we are going to go into a chase scene. So, the chase scene is going to go as follows. Right now, you are going to be with the condition chased. Because you managed to reasonably get away, we're going to put this down to a tier 3 chase. So they're after you. They are definitely chasing after you. So, if we want to lower your status, we're going to have to change the game and make things so that you guys can get away. So, you begin to run. As you head down the alleyways, you can see that you're slowly but surely getting away from the district areas where there's a lot of light and a lot of noise and a lot of music, and you are now kind of winding into sort of like almost like this makeshift shanty apartment kind of stuff. Thankfully, however, because you were raised in one of these places, Community Family is going to give you a bonus here. So I'm going to need take a risk as you actually no, let's go with change the game. That's what we're going with. Change the game as you are trying to lower your chaste status. All right, so 2d6 in chat with a +1. Unless you guys want to use powers, but I don't know if electric manipulation is going to really help you, especially if we're running and not fighting these guys. All right, let's go for it. Ooh, nice one, Pediola. Swally with a 9. Very nice. 1, 2, 3. Hey, Motivated Jackal. Good to see you. Welcome back. That is a 5. 2. All right, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, no. All right. Last calls, ladies and gentlemen. If you have your rolls, get them in now. Okay, that is a solid 1. Which is Nemo with a... Nope, sorry, is it Nemo? It is Nemo. Nemo? Yeah, it is Nemo. Nemo with a score of 9 with a +1 makes it 10. 10 gives us the critical hit, which actually lowers it by 2 steps. So... They are absolutely not expecting you to know your way around. As you make your way through the alleys and stuff like that, you can see that there are a couple of doors. You can kind of think in your head like, hey, this door won't actually lead into someone's house. It should lead in to a smaller apartment complex with a courtyard, and it should be in that courtyard. So you quickly shoulder charge one of these nearby doors. It swings open, and you fly through. Tumbling down, you can kind of see that there are some people here who are kind of bathing with like garden hoses and stuff like that nearby. There's like a little wooden kind of partition for that section, which is kind of like an outdoor bath kind of thing. As you make your way through, you can see some people kind of like starting to shout at, well, you don't know if they're shouting at you or they're shouting at the guys behind you, but the guys behind you are like yelling stuff back. They try to keep up, but you are pretty quick. You very quickly look around and find yourself cornered. There's a number of different places that you could probably get out of, but one of the most easiest ways is out the window. So we're going to take a risk. We are going to go out the window here, and we are going to climb up the side of the building along this like large series of bamboo scaffolds to try and get away from these guys. So, take the risk! Exclamation 2d6 as you climb upwards. Alright, exclamation 2d6. Let's see how your climbing skills are. Alright, looking good. Give it a few more seconds. Last calls for the roll to try and climb up the scaffolding to get away from these guys. right. Okay. All right, let's make our roll. Let's see what we get. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Boom. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Creative Garden with a 7. All right. We begin to climb up the scaffold, hand over hand, left, right, left, right. We begin to get higher and higher. And as we do so, the guys from behind us seem to lose sight. As they pop their head down, they kind of look over at, look up, kind of seeing the scaffold, and you climbing up onto the roof. They begin to point in different directions and make their way back into the dark. You've managed to get away for the time being. You breathe heavily. The alcohol is super strong. You kind of like feel it on your breath as you're taking these few really, really heavy breaths in and out. But sort of laugh to yourself as you've gotten away from these guys. As you look up at the stars, catching your breath is kind of easy for the time being. And we then get to a moment where you realize very quickly that you're not alone on this roof. It feels as though there is someone here, not just someone, but a freaking giant, almost like the size of Bigfoot or a Sasquatch, seems to be propped up, lying on its back, scratching itself in front of you. This thing you could have easily have mistaken for a mountain gorilla. And as you see it, it sort of rolls over and turns in your direction. What you see is this individual. All right, there we go. Okay. Hey, what's up, Odd Bandicoot? Welcome in. All right. We have Charlie in Chinatown looking for answers for Reese's attack, and have found out that that his mother was actually a part of the mob. And you are trying. There you go. And you are trying to gain more information. All right, there we go. You see what appears to be a large creature with bright red skin, horns on the top of their head, wearing what looks to be a body armor of some kind, and kind of very happily drunk and passed out. All right. You don't see that every day? Okay. Just be calm, be cool and collective. Ain't nothing to see here. Charlie, you can try to sneak around this creature and try not to wake it up. So, 2d6 as we're trying to get away from whatever this thing is. All right. 1, 2. Anyone else? 2d6. Let's see that sneak. Yo! 3, 4. Oh, what a roll, Weasel Queen. Wow, that's a good one. All right. Last call for D20. Sorry, 2d6 rolls. Oh no, Creative Garden. That's a doozy. But you know what? The more people that join in, the less chance it is we get that one. All right. Okay, let's take the roll. Here we go. Alright, I just need to save this real quick. Because... there we go. There we go. Done. Aha. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Here we go. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm so sorry. Creative Garden. Looks like we get the 3 on that one. So as you go to sneak around, moving past this this large giant, all of a sudden you seem to step on what might possibly be just a bottle that just snaps and shatters. The large creature awakens. It opens its eyes and says something in Japanese, actually. Something like, quite, deep and very intimidating. As the creature sort of stretches the back of its neck, Charlie says, all right. So, you're a rift then. Dangerous, big, angry thing that those grey blokes are talking about, eh? All right, fine. We can do this, all right? Yeah, toe to toe is what we'll do, Oh, crikey. Okay, here we go. The large creature says, what you're doing here, waking up large noise, me, you drink? Yes. You want a drink? Yeah, alright. Looking around in your toolkit, you do not have a drink, but you do have a candy bar. So what do we do, guys? It wants a drink. We don't have one. Let's see. Here we go. Boom. Here he is. That one. There we go. All right. New poll. Confronting the Oni. Blast it. Give it candy. Ask it about Tylee. Try to pretend you're not there. There we go. Boom. Call up for a delivery. Get some booze. All right, that's a good one. I like that one. All right. This is all a dream. Don't worry about it. Amazing. I love that idea. Gave it some candy. All right. I'm seeing a lot of choices here for getting it some booze. While we're collecting up the votes, guys, as always, thank you so much for joining us this morning. If you guys have any questions about the series or about the game that we're playing, don't hesitate to ask in chat. We'll update you all the time with where we are, what we're doing, and how the story is unfolding. In addition, if you guys just want to chat, again, my eyes are all here because you guys are playing the role of this character, who is Charlie. Bam! Charlie, our lead guitarist from the band, the Pigeon Wranglers. I'll allow it this one time. It's fine. That is very Charlie. Drink this. Oh, amazing. I rolled when you said last call. You think it was a delay? No, that's okay. Look, when I say last call, I always wait a little bit of time beforehand. There's always going to be a delay. Okay. Looks like we're going with some booze. Maybe. There you go. Oh, also, guys, real quickly, boom. Don't forget to check out Hero Forge, where we made these wonderful and amazing artworks. Hero Forge is absolutely incredible, and not only can you get these done like as 3D models that you can customize yourself, because now they've actually got layering of like legging gear and stuff like that as well, which I think is really cool. But you can also get them 3D printed, and then you can actually have models sent to your home, which are actually freaking amazing Hero Forge models for your campaign. And if I make enough money with these campaigns, I'm super keen to get both Francis and Charlie sent to us so that we can have a little memento here. And hopefully, fingers crossed, if it does ever come down to it, and this becomes one of the regular shows on the channel, we might actually look at starting to do either like an actual building a map of like the City of Mist, or doing 3D modeling with some of the like Tailspire like programs and seeing how that works. Who's Francis again? Francis was our first character from the tester game, where we were figuring out how to play this game as a Twitch plays. All right, give candy and some booze. Okay, very well. So, at this point in time, Charlie thinks to themselves, "Man, this giant creature is not going to go away." Oi, listen. I don't know. Giant red monster thing. How about this? I'll make you a compromise. How about I'll give you this candy bar to tide you over, and then what I'll do is I'll head back down and maybe pick you up a bottle or 7 of something. The large creature scratches its head. Alright, we're going to make a convince check. Exclamation 2d6 as we try to convince the large creature to hold off until we get it some more booze. Alright, why not invite it to go down with us? Well, we can do that. Yeah, actually, let's throw that up on the vote as well. Okay, here we go. Let me just do this real quick. Alright, there it is. New poll. Oni, invite Oni to come with. Run. Okay, there we go. So that's up there. All right, let's see what we got. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. That is a solid 1 from Petiola, which is 6. Now we're trying to convince this Oni to that we're gonna go get it some booze. I'm gonna say that that'll give it a +1 because we gave it a candy bar. I think that's all we're gonna be given, but nonetheless, a 7 is enough to get us what we need. The Oni kind of scratches the side of their neck and says, "Okay, you bring booze here. If not, me crush." Yeah, alright. Sure. Yeah. Let's see. Do we want to invite the Oni to come with? Oh, wow. Everyone wants to invite the Oni to come with. Look, how about this? How about we do it this way, love? You come with me, right? Show me what your favorite alcohol is, and then I'll pick it up for you. How's that sound? With the successful convince check, I'll say that the Oni will go, "Okay, me come. You buy booze, we good." Rockin'. Alright. With that, you make your way back down to street level. As you do, sure enough, let's see, I need to put you here to make that look good. There we go. Ta-da! All right. Sure enough, the gangsters show up yet again. And as they look at you, they like, "Who is your friend?" "Who this? Oh, this ain't no one. This is someone I've just met. We're on our way to get a couple of drinks. Ain't that right? You know, couple of tourists having a look around. You know, nothing suspicious here." "We already told you. You have to leave." At this point, the large giant kind of looks at these guys in the way. Charlie lets loose a tiny grin, and she says, "You hear that? It seems like these folks here don't want you to have your alcohol. I'm afraid I can't do anything while they're standing in my way. What do you reckon of?" "Them stop me getting drink?" These guys very shakily begin to pull out what looks to be like kind of bladed edges as all of a sudden you watch as this huge giant reaches down and grabs two of them by the scruff of their shirt and flings them into the air without losing eye contact from the one that's been talking to you. Yeah! And you watch as he gets ready to draw this sword. He then swings it, and you watch as the giant sort of grabs the blade with one hand. You can see that blood starts trickling down the sides of their hand as they hold onto it, and you then hear the sound of like metal straining as rolling between its fingers, the sword almost turns into a spiral as it bends out of shape. "Now, you still in way." This guy turns and he runs. He books it. At this point, you start laughing. Charlie's like, "Yeah, you better run. And think about it next time before you decide to come on as a complete wanker. I knew I'd like you." "Drink. Me still thirsty." "Yeah, let's get you a drink, love. I think you've earned it." You head over to a small spot where there's like kind of like this large barrel by a ramen cart. "Oi, you hungry?" "Yeah. 2 of your ramens and look, just tap the barrel, mate." You watch as this guy looks over at this person, and from this guy's perspective, this is actually just a regular woman. It is not a giant. That is because this guy is not a what do you call it? He is not a rifter. He is a sleeper, so he can't actually see what everyone else can. He begins to prepare the ramen, which sizzles and pops, and the large giant looks next to you and seems really hungry. Just begins to wipe the dripping saliva from their lips. The beer keg comes out next, and with almost one hand, she cracks open the actual top of it and just lifts it up and begins to pour it down her gullet. A big smile washes over her face as a look of satisfaction hits her. Yeah, thanks for helping us out with that back there. I wasn't entirely sure if you'd be up to scruff, or just looking at you, I kind of figured that you might be the taught first, questions later. I'm just kidding. I mean, look at these muscles of yours. You're definitely a fit one, eh? Pardon me if I was being rude, but what'd you say your name was? She leans over and she says, "Name." You know what? I'm going to give the audience the chance to name this individual. What name do you want to give this character, given that I mean, look, the audience seems very keen on this person being a friend, so if this person's going to be a friend, I feel as though you guys should name it. So yeah. What do you want to name this individual? Let's get some votes out here. If you have a name you like. Barbara, Jessica, Tequila. Could be a nickname. Yeah, could be. Jessica. Like that one. Alright, any other names? Throw them out there and then we'll throw them in the poll. Did they give female vibes, or did you state that the Oni was a she/her? It is a she/her Oni. Kiki. All right, I like a few of these ones. All right, let's throw out these names here and see what the populace demands. All right, Oni friend. All right, Kiki, Molly, Jessica, Barbara, And I'm gonna call her as well, Melissa. Melody. There we go. I like that. That's a cool one as well. All right, 2 minutes on the clock for this vote, which will start now. There you go. All right. If her name is Melody, she has to join the band. I mean, maybe. Who knows? I mean, look, to be honest, like, the way the band's going, it could use a bouncer. All right, and our only friend's name will be Kiki. All right. And I think, obviously, just so that we can also get an idea of what she looks like, though I wasn't really expecting to use her this way, she was just a regular NPC for a little while at least, and now she's like apparently a major character that's going to be in my series. All right, here we go. All right, here is what there we go. Here is what the ramen guy sees. Which I'm going to rename. All right. So yeah, there you go. That's the same character. We've given this only the most basic white people names. It's kind of true. It's kind of true. But I do like Kiki. Kiki is a good one. All right. So Kiki, she turns and she says, "Kiki, name me Kiki." She says, "Well, it was bloody nice to meet you, Kiki, and you can call me Charlie." Charlie. Charlie. Good. Charlie, bring drink. Charlie, bring glory. And she sort of smacks Charlie on the back. Her head goes into the ramen, which she then, like, comes out with, like, you know, the bits of, like, ramen on her face. Oh, you got a mean swing there. You always been this, I don't know, robust, eh? Says, yes. Kiki. Parents work pottery. Kiki always been clumsy. Parents no one Kiki work in shop. Ain't that a bit of a misery? What you do with yourself nowadays, then? Nothing. No one want Kiki for work. Kiki spend most time drinking. Drinking make Kiki happy. Well, that's just not gonna do, is it? Listen, I've got a bit of a task ahead of me, and I've been trying my best, but you know, people don't really open up to our kind. What? What kind? Charlie smiles. She says, "You know what, Kiki? I think you and I are gonna be good friends." Friend? Kiki, friend. She says, "Friend eat ramen?" She says, "Nah, you have at it." You watch as Kiki basically just wolfs down these 2 bowls of ramen, washing it down every so often with this huge barrel of ale. The store owner says, "Okay, that's $30." Uh-oh. You look at your wallet. You do not have $30. What do you want to do? I mean, she did order a barrel of ale and a ramen. So, I mean, she's enjoying herself. She's at least eating it. But what are we going to do about payment, guys? How are we going to cover this? We've got $12 to our name. Anything else we have we can offer along for money? Ooh, let's see. Do we have anything else? I don't know. I don't think so. We have our guitar, but we do not want to sell our guitar, I imagine. Seems cheap for an entire barrel. Yeah, well, it is. It is. I mean, it's an entire barrel and 2 ramen. We've got the toolbox. We have the wind-up flashlight. We've got our phone. You can probably try to convince him to take, like, a... Oh, actually, that's a good one. Do you want to try and haggle? Okay, let's try convince. Alright, let's go with a convince check. Maybe we can convince him for something else. So, yeah. Exclamation 2d6. We're going to convince. Let's use... What tags are we going to use? Let's use self-reliant. Music. I'm going to add stubborn because you're haggling. So that's 3. Alright, let's do it. 2d6 with a +3 on your convince. Oh, I'm going to give you a -1 for unashamedly prideful. So that'll be only a +2 is where I'm going with that. Alright, let's see. Where are we going? Let's see how we can do this. Hey, what's up, KB Well? KB Well? Is KB well? I hope so. I hope KB is well. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright. Here we go. Where'd my D8 go? I'll just roll a D10. Fine. Whatever. Here we go. Alright. That'll do. 1, 2, 3. That is Motivated Jackal with a 9. Alright. 9 with a +2 is an 11. That's a critical hit with a weakness in tow, which means that is actually a massive crit. So, you say, well, listen, I don't know if you're aware of this, but you're currently in the presence of celebrity greatness. I'm not sure if you've heard about the Pigeon and the Wranglers, but we are about to lay down one of the most influential tracks of our generation. And you know what? We've been looking for a place to hang out. We've been looking for a place to, you know, kick back and say that this is our, you know, main hangout. And when people want to see the Pigeon Wranglers out in the real world, they're going to want to come here. You know what they're going to want when they come here? They're going to want some noodles. That's right. And where are they going to get those noodles? From across the road. No, not from across the road. They're going to get them here, mate. Here. This is where we're going to get the noodles, because you are a very noteworthy noodle place. And I've got to say, my associate here, my friend, really is taking a shine to your noodles, mate. As yes, this is basically this conversation is way too familiar. This feels like how I talk to people sometimes. It's like, please don't take my rent. You know, I'll expose your house. It's terrible. Yeah, so you can see that behind you while you're saying this. Kiki has just not only knocked back one of these noodle bowls, but she's also like tapping on your shoulder, asking for another one. You just kind of look like I can't afford the first two, but you know, let's push our luck. You pass him the empty bowl. He then looks and he says, "I like your friend. Your friend enjoy noodle. Big, strong woman. One day make a beautiful wife. Yeah, you take another one. It fine. We start tab. Small tab for you. Yes." Hey, Elder Scribe coming in with a raid of 10 people. Guys, welcome in. We're actually about, you know what? I tell you what. Just because our friends from Elder Scribe came in, I'm going to extend today's stream by another 15 minutes. Okay, so that's just for you guys because we were about to end. But here's a couple of things. Number one, first of all, our friends from Elder Scribe are a wonderful group of performers, a great streaming team, and of course, guys, if you haven't checked him out, it's a freaking phenomenal DM. I hope that you're doing well. I hope your game was amazing. Let me give you the old shouty shout out here. What we're doing here today, guys, if of course this is the first time you are joining us for one of these shows, we are doing a Twitch plays, which means you guys, the audience, are taking the role of our main character here, which is none other than the wonderful and amazing Charlie, a guitarist from the Pigeon Wranglers, who is currently on a quest to try and find out who car-bombed her drummer. Originally, they thought it was a rival band for the Battle of the Bands that they were going through, but have learnt since that there have been Yakuza ties with the drummer to his mother, who is apparently a former enforcer. So Charlie has taken it upon themselves to try and find out who car-bombed the drummer, has gone into Chinatown and learnt of a person named Tai Lee, who apparently ran in the same crowds as their drummer's parents. Along the way, some of the gangsters have taken an affront to Charlie snooping around and asking about their business, and Charlie has bumped into this lovely Oni named Kiki, who, by the way, it looks like this. Normally, to people who don't have superpowers. To people who have superpowers, however, like Charlie, that's how she looks like. And right now, they're just stopping for ramen and becoming friends. This game is entirely audience-based, so you guys decide the action. You decide what happens, where they go, all the cool stuff that happens, and yeah. So sit back, relax, enjoy. Like I said, we're going to go for another 15 minutes just because I want to obviously welcome our raiders in properly. So kick back, relax, and if you enjoy it, yeah, give us a follow. And check out all the other cool stuff we do. I also see our dear friend Josh the Pirate in there. Guys, if you haven't checked out Josh the Pirate stuff, I don't know how to spell it, but I will try. Boom! Josh the Pirate is the GM over at the Corsair's Cove. Damn, I did not spell it right. I'll try one more time. Come on, baby. Yeah, that's the one. Boom. Yeah, go check out Josh's stuff at Corsair's Cove. Right there. Follow the link. Another wonderful Aussie GM from my hometown of Perth. So there you go. Okay. Meanwhile, right now, in order to barter for the ramen and the booze that has been taken by this guy, by the Oni here, Charlie has spoken with the chef and proprietor of a small little noodle cart, who has agreed to start a tab for them. He says, "Please call me Mr. Somluk." S-O-M-L-U-K, Somluk. I'm gonna write this down so I don't forget it. Somluk. Noodle cart owner. All right, there we go. Boom. Who now, yeah, likes the group. Likes this collection of people. As you watch Kiki suck down even more noodles as the third helping is poured, Charlie says, "Hey, listen, I know we've just met, but you know, you look like a very capable sort. Maybe you can help us out with something." "What need help with?" "You see, there's this really, really nasty woman. She, well, she used to run in a particular crowd, like kind of a rough group, like those guys that you kind of turned upside down a few minutes ago. Yeah, she used to hang out with one of my mates' mum, and well, something really bad's happened to him. Something bad? Yeah, something real bad. And I really need to get in contact with her, just so that, you know, they know that something's, you know, been done, and to go to the hospital so they can, you know, offer some, you know, love and support. That's the saddest thing me ever heard. The Oni wipes the noodles from her mouth. Yeah, Kiki can help. Who person you looking for? Charlie smiles and says, well, Kiki, person I'm looking for goes by the name of Ty Lee. Kiki stops and says, Ty Lee, my mum. All of a sudden, you watch as Charlie spits out these noodles that she's eating. You what? Yeah, Ty Lee, my mum. But she's a gang member. Yeah, my mum gang member. You just beat up 3 gang members. Yeah. That Jake, Thomas, and Son Jim. Because that's the name I've made him. Son Jim. Look, they're dudes, right? These guys, grunts. So what was all that about? Oh, yeah, no. My mum run from there to there. And they work for my mum. They no hurt. But I can clobber. I thought you said your parents ran a pottery shop. Yeah, they do. Your stories are mixed up, love. Your mum's a gangster who runs a pottery shop? Yeah. Can't go around with big signs saying me am gangster. She has shop, has pottery. Me clumsy, little. Me make business bad, so me stay on roof. You were on top of our shop when me met. Oh, for fuck's sake. Alright, so is your mum at home? Yeah, it's late night. She probably at home by now. Normally, she always goes out. Always has meetings with other bosses. Other bosses? She's the boss, is she? I thought she retired. Everyone told me that Reese's mum retired, and so I just assumed that the person working with Reese's mum also retired. No. My mum very strong. Alright. Well, let's go see your mum then. Thank you, Mr. Luck. We'll, maybe we'll just take that bowl to go then. Shit. Alright. At this point, Charlie and Kiki begin to make their way back to Kiki's home. Also, Disappointment Chan, thank you so much for the follow. What is up? What are we doing? We are doing a Twitch Plays. You guys play the role of Charlie, who is this lovely person here, who is a guitar player who is currently investigating a car bombing which took the, which injured, should I say, Reese, the drummer of your band. You are in Chinatown because you learned that Reese's mum has connections to the Yakuza, and, formerly, because she retired, and you're trying to find her former partner, a woman by the name of Ty Lee, who you have just learned that is Kiki's mother. Kiki is literally just a person who is an Oni that you have just bumped into. You kind of found her while you were escaping from members of the Yakuza who were tracking you, and she beat them up, and now you're having ramen. Now, this world is a fantasy world where mythological creatures give you powers, but only people with powers can see those powers. It's very weird. I can explain it in detail, but we've got only a short period of time. So, that is what you are seeing because you have powers, but everyone else sees Kiki as this. So I'm going to keep this up for a while. So, you begin to make your way back towards Kiki's Potteries shop. And as you make your way there, you see a woman out the front who is calling out for Kiki. Kiki! Kiki! Where are you? All of a sudden, Kiki goes, "Me here, Mom." Kiki, you know you shouldn't be out at night. What have I told you? How many times have I... The woman standing before you is a very, very properly dressed businesswoman. She seems to have like kind of a large vest over her chest, and her hair is kind of tied back in this ponytail with what looks to have this like almost like a golden fan sticking into it. She sees Charlie walking next to Kiki and immediately says, "Who is your friend?" "Ah, Kiki make new friend. This you know, Kiki's friend name, my name's Charlie. Yeah. I'm a guitarist in a band. Your friend, my friend, should I say, your daughter, my friend, Kiki, just helped me out with some trouble. Trouble? What kind of trouble?" "Well, you see, Kiki would just... Oh, nothing too major, you know, just some creeps that wouldn't leave me alone, you know. Streets can be kind of dangerous for someone who's not really familiar, eh?" "Yeah, yes, of course, poor thing. Well, I'm glad to see that both you and Kiki are safe. Why don't you come in for a bit? It is getting late, and maybe we can make you some tea and see if we can get you a car to get you back home, Charlie." "Oh, that'd be absolutely amazing. Thank you." You are brought into the pottery shop. On the lower level of the floor, you can see obviously the store with all of the pots and the like, and further up you can see that there is a small apartment. The stairs lead up to this very, very humble little abode. You would never imagine this person to be a gangster. You always imagine, like, from your you know, movies and Hollywood and stuff like that, anyone who's involved with the mob is like loaded with money, and they live in rich apartments, and they have lots of really, really good you know, like food and appliances and stuff. This looks almost like the opposite of that. This looks like, you know, they share, like, there's one big room with all the beds, one for Kiki and one for her mom. You can also see that the kitchen area is also shared by the dining area, which is also has like this small SRT TV screen kind of propped up in the corner here. Charlie is very surprised and taken back. All right. As Ty Lee goes to go and make some tea and call up a cab, Kiki seems to just make herself comfortable. She goes over to one of these large chairs and sits down and starts pulling out what looks to be these kind of like almost like salted cracker snacks and crack them open. Even though she's eaten 3 big bowls and drunk half a barrel of alcohol, she's just munching on these. She kind of slides the basket over to you to offer you some. Now, how do we want to approach this, guys? I'm going to put up a poll for you guys to decide, but the scene is now yours. Do we want to have a look around Ty Lee's apartment? Do we want to look around, see if we can find any evidence of the connection between Ty Lee and Reese's mom? Do we want to talk to Ty Lee about the incident? Do we want to talk to Kiki more about it and maybe find out if she knows about Reese or anything like that? Do we want to... Do we want to leave? That's always an option. We can always just turn around and get the hell out of Dodge. All right. 2 minutes on the clock. What are we doing, guys? How do we want to approach this? Also, if you have any questions or dialogue that you want to have with Kiki, we can start that as well, and we can talk to Kiki. If you have anything you want to say, type it in chat, and Charlie will say it. Music's banging. Alright. Nothing you want to say to Kiki? Just gonna eat a snack. Alright, looks like we're pretty much all keen on talking to Ty Lee, so let's get that going then. Alright. Ty Lee comes back with some tea. And she says, so what were you doing in the Chinatown district so late at night? Oh, well, you know, you see, my band plays around the corner here. Little place called the Twisted Nail. You know, I was supposed to be playing with a few friends of mine. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, you know, we've got quite a tight-knit group, you know, the lot of us. We're called the Pigeon Wranglers. You know, I'm the lead guitarist, and Sonia, our bassist, and Ilya, our keyboards. We actually have got another person who does our drums. His name's Reese England. Reese England? Yeah, Reese. You know, really great guy. Do you know him by any chance? He mentioned he comes around this area quite a lot. Ty Lee looks around and she says, no, I can't say I do. You immediately follow up. Really? Because that's really strange. You see, I was actually in this area looking for him because, you know, we were supposed to be playing around the corner, like I said, but, you know, he didn't show up. Turns out, actually, that someone attacked him. Kiki sits there and is just like, oh, no. Yeah, no, someone attacked him earlier on tonight. There's a large bombing, car bombing, in fact. He's lucky to get out alive. He's in the hospital right now. I'd be there right now, but, you know, I was more gung-ho on trying to figure out who might have done this. So a friend of ours said that he was in the area not too long before the accident, and well, the old man at the hot pot place, the Peking Palace, he told us that he used to run around here. In fact, it wasn't just him that used to run around here. His mum used to run around here as well. Sarah England. At this point, Ty Lee's face changes. She passes the tea, but now there's this stern look over her face. She says, Kiki dear, can you go and make sure that the front door is locked? Maybe we'll have your friend stay with us tonight. You know, not too safe maybe to send someone who is so small out into the streets by themselves. Okay, Mum. I'll be back, friend. You watch as she lumbers downstairs. You hear the sounds of a single pot breaking. You watch as Ty Lee's eyes close and then they open again. She's like, okay. Now listen, I don't know what you're trying to play at. And I don't know why you think saying that name in my house would do anything but piss me off. But you better tread carefully and answer me truthfully. Why are you really here? What do you want? I'm done with the Englands. Just because she thinks that she can take her husband and what, run off into the sunset? I don't care. He was my brother. And I won't have him and his name tarnished just because he decided to run off with some random woman. Alright, let's dial it back a little bit. I have no idea about your family dynamic. I have no idea that Reese's dad was actually related to you. That's news to me. Because I thought with a name like England, that might have possibly been that they were not necessarily from, the Chinatown district. Yeah, no, they changed their name. Too embarrassed of us they probably were when they decided to leave. But you still haven't answered my question. What are you really here? Look, I'm just here to try and get some answers to help my friend, okay? I'm not trying to stir up trouble, and I'm definitely not trying to dig into your past, alright? So her kid was in an accident? Yeah, he was. There was a bombing. Lucky to be alive, really. I went to the hospital and the doctors said that they didn't know how long he'd... I just couldn't... Kylie sees the legitimate distress on your face. And she says... Look, I hated Reese's mother. I hated her with every fiber of my being. I knew when my brother first met her and brought her into the family business that there was going to be nothing but trouble. But then she went ahead and convinced him to leave. And who had to pick up all that slack, huh? She didn't. But that's not your fault. It's not her kid's fault. Look, I had nothing to do with it. But if you must know, there is something going on right now. Someone who is trying to dredge up the past and cut ties, cut loose ends. You see, Kiki has been targeted herself. Someone tried to attack her yesterday. And, well, thankfully Kiki's more than capable of protecting herself, but a few of us have actually been told to look out for someone or something suspicious. They say they're targeting her because she's unique, special. She's a rifter. How do you know that word? I've just learnt it today, actually. Yeah, I kind of noticed that. Apparently rifters can see other rifters, as if I'm to be understood. Yeah, well. Somebody attacking Kiki is not uncommon here. I mean, I am who I am, and people often try to get to me through my family. Kiki is all I have left of a normal life, and I wanted to keep her out of all of this violence. But it seems to keep following us no matter where we go. But knowing that Reese was targeted as well, maybe this is just more than me. There used to be 3 women who used to act as the enforcers here, back when the Golden Dragon used to run the gangs over here. He was an old man and very, very beloved. And when he passed away, the districts were then divided by his generals. The three of us were given one single area, but well, when we couldn't decide who it would belong to, we went our separate ways. Reese's mother took my brother and went and made another life for themselves. I stuck around and kept hold of my territory. The third, Lord help us, she went back to China, as far as I heard. She did have an old warehouse, though. She used to do a lot of trade through that area. I think it belongs to the Jackal Gang now. Here, this is the address. I'm not sure if it'll lead you into any clues or help you figure this out, but if that warehouse is still standing, that's where they'd expect to find her, and, well, maybe perhaps you can catch the culprit who did this there as well. Here. She hands you a bit of paper. Listen, I have to know. Was Charlie a rifter? Sorry, it was Charlie a rifter. Was Reese a rifter? Not that I was aware of. I mean, when a 10-year-old girl has the strength to lift up a small car, you kind of figure things out after a period of time. I'm not sure about Reese though. I mean, maybe these men in grey suits. Men in grey suits. Yeah, they've been around for years. They're the ones who told me about the rifts and how to give proper care to Kiki and to keep her away and out of sight. Listen, don't listen to these grey suits, okay? They don't know what they're talking about. Kiki, here, saved my skin today, and she did that all on her own. Kiki wanted a drink. And yes, but Kiki got a drink on her own, and you know, I mean, keeping her up on that roof to what? Just drink herself into oblivion? It's no way to live. Hey? At some point or another, you may as well just lock her up and chain her to a wall. We couldn't find a chain strong enough. That was a rhetorical question. That is disgusting. I hope you really didn't actually try. No, it was a joke. I'm sorry. Continue. You're getting very passionate about this. Yeah, you're damn right. I'm getting passionate about this. Now listen. I don't know what's going on here, right? But if this person's after Kiki as well, maybe she'd be better off with, I don't know, maybe with a rifter. At this point, her eyes open wide. She says, "You're not. You, Now here's the question. Do we want to prove that we're a rifter? Or do we want to imply that maybe Reese is a rifter and we should take her to meet with Reese? What do we want to do? Do we want to reveal or do we want to lie? Reveal or lie? Throw it in chat right now. What should we do? Let's tell her. Any other thoughts? Tell her? Not tell her? All right. Got a couple for reveal. More for reveal. All right, we're gonna reveal. Clenching your hands together, you reach into your pocket and pull out your small battery charger. Lowering the percentage by 1. You drain a small portion of the power bank's power. And in doing so, you create this small electrical charge in your hand. There's a moment of surprise from both of them as they see the electricity rolling through your fingers. It almost like dances over your fingers as it then almost like you almost kind of like roll it in the same way you would roll a coin, like with sleight of hand, until eventually you just kind of turn it off. Ty Lee says, I never thought I'd see more. Look, I don't know what to believe. Maybe it's just a trick of the light, or it could be anything, but maybe. I need everyone to make the last roll of today! Exclamation mark 2d6. Let's see if we convince Ty Lee to let her daughter come on this adventure. Alright, exclamation 2d6. We're going to use our manipulate electricity, because that's how we're doing this. We're going to do community family. I think tough to be kind. So we're going to go with a +3. Yeah, we're going to go with a +3. Alright, so exclamation 2d6. Let's see what we get. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright. Alright, last call, everyone. Exclamation 2d6. All right, we're getting a +3. Here we go. All right, let's make this roll then. Oh, that's a good number. All right, let's see how that plays out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Nunsku with a score of 9. 10, 11, 12. Wow, that is freaking impressive. All right, we hit the 12 mark, which means we land a great success, which then means she turns and she says, maybe I have been too strict. Maybe it is best if Kiki were to find the answers herself as well. Kiki, do you want to go with Charlie tonight? See if you can help her? Charlie friend. Yeah. Me go Charlie. Okay. But be sure to be back by she says if you're going to be out all night, be sure to be back by tomorrow evening. Just let me know that you're okay, okay? Okay. She sort of smiles, and you and Charlie both look at each other. You and Kiki both look at each other, and you get ready to head into the industrial district and go to this warehouse to try and find some more answers. But that is a story for next week, as we will return. Awesome. Thank you so much, everyone. We hope that you had a wonderful session today. Let's change up our music here real quick as we begin our close down for today. All right, here we go. All right, beautiful. All right, thank you so much, everyone. I hope that you are doing, I hope that you had an absolutely amazing time today. It was freaking awesome. We got a lot of stuff done. We made a new friend. I actually didn't consider an NPC ally, but it seems like that's what you guys want, so we have one. Who knows? Maybe this is the start of a new band. Maybe. I mean, who knows? But I guess we'll have to see. Kiki, the Oni, is now joining us on this adventure, which is going to be amazing. I feel like this is going in the way of, like, you know, the what are they called? Dragon Quest, Breath of Fire, you know, all those kind of games. It was a very fun one today. Awesome. I'm glad you guys had fun. Dazzles, good to see you, buddy. I hope you were doing well. Schooleye, good to see you as well. I noticed that you were in chat earlier on. I do apologize if I don't respond to everyone. I do try very, very much. So I have a phone, could call an update at least. Would miss that evening deadline. No, that's true. You can always call up and use your phone as well. ATD cartography. Is that all terrain? If that's all terrain, hi. If it's not, also hi. But welcome and thank you for the follow. Careful when throwing a monster at us. We might be friended. Yeah, it's true. It's true. Because yeah, she was just there as an obstacle, really, like more than anything else. But I made a whole backstory for her, so there you go. Anyway, guys, those of you who have enjoyed today's game, my name is Michael. I'm the Dead Aussie Gamer. I am a TTRPG performer and streamer here on Twitch, as well as all over the internet. We've got a bunch of really cool stuff on the channel, so be sure to give us that follow, because there's tons of stuff that you do not want to miss out on. Tomorrow we're going to be back with Curse of the Crimson Throne, our Pathfinder adventure with my Patreons, followed by some more Hero Forge building, where we're going to use Hero Forge to make more models and very, very cool things, including stuff for City of Mist. They are, of course, also a sponsor of the show, so be sure to go and check these guys out and go and make your own minis. We have some absolutely phenomenal ones that we go through on the on that show. So yeah, go check that out. Then next week we've got a break on the Wednesday where we normally have Curse of Strahd. We are now starting a new game there. Friday we're back with Ruby Phoenix, which is our Oriental-inspired Pathfinder game, and then the finale, the series finale of Sirens and Silver, which is our All-Stars game coming up next week. So lots of cool things to look forward to. Also on Saturday next week. No, not next week. The following week. so never mind. Following week, we're going to be doing a marathon to raise money for New Zealand charity, which is like a blood drive type thing. So, yeah, be sure to go follow us on Twitter and Instagram and all the different things, because that's where you'll find all the information. And if you want to come hang out with me, guys, go check out my Discord. It's right there in the links. Hell yeah. Alright, we're going to go and raid someone. I'm going to go share the love, because that's what we like doing here. Let's see. Oh, is that a Mindari we see? She has 69 people watching, which is nice. I'm going to go ruin that. But Mindari is a great and amazing world builder, dear friend of the channel and myself as well. So be sure to give her the big holler out. Make sure to, of course, fill her chat with any and all raid emotes that you might have. And guys, until we meet again, as always, from us to you, game hard or die trying. Good night, guys.